Hi, good morning. It's a great pleasure to be here amongst you all. Design learning students. I would like you to be with me for the next 20 minutes, where my session basically will highlight what the importance of design as a subject is. Most of you are from interior design background. Are there students here other than interior design? All of you are from the faculty of interior design. So most of the audience is designer based. There is any other audience who has not done design or not from design background? You are from which background?
US liberal arts and mass media.
Liberal arts and mass communication. Anybody else other than design background? Because then I need to talk about it. Yeah. I am an architect, urban planner, urban designer. I am also at the moment taking care of art school. This school is called Sir J.J. School of Art, and I am extremely blessed in a way that we have 7 programs of Bachelor of Fine Arts, besides 2 programs of Applied Art and Design and Architecture. So, I am currently teaching about 9 programs in Sir J.J. School of Art by teaching teachers. Okay, my strength is that if you train the trainers automatically. And it is felt that in any institution, if you take care of the teachers will automatically take care of the students. Okay? So with this background, I would like you to know, because you should know what all we will compare today. I have also taken care to see that you don't miss out on Bentley car design, which is being presented by my friend Rajesh Kurti. So I have brought the Bentley car here also. So I don't want you to miss out another session. Yeah? I have found out what is happening in parallel sessions. So I would like you to know that you are not going to miss anything by being relaxed. Okay? The second thing is, being an architect, which is mother of all arts, besides dance, drama, music. When you listen to architects, when you listen to an architect, you are listening to people with a wider aperture of ideas all around the world, with a better exposure. Okay? So if Ratan Tata as an industrialist is more successful in terms of his name, fame, than Mukesh Ambani as an industrialist, you know why? Because Ratan Tata is an architect by qualification and Mukesh Ambani is a chemical engineer by qualification. Alright? You should understand that it is a big difference. Now, the course that we study in my school, where I come from, is not only painting, Bachelor of Fine Arts in painting, sculpture, but also textile design, interior design, arts and crafts, metal work, ceramics, and with a special reference to art therapy. I come from a school where we basically teach design and art not only for creating professionals but also as a therapy. Where if you were to be part of a field where you design, you release creative energy. You feel good when creative energy is released. Okay? So as designers, I will first try to establish the importance of design professional and how designers can actually change the world, can make an impact. The second aspect will be how you as a designer have to lead the society, how you can heal the society. Society does not know what they want. Society is confused. That is why you will find many people who are trying to become successful have to go through several failures. Alright? Designers are people who cause less failure. That's all. They are also in a position to fail, but with their thought processes, they do not let their clients, they do not let their patrons fail. So I would first like you to see the great achievements of great designers in the world. So all these aspects that you see, design, are based on it. So I don't have to tell you why this looks like a beehive, why this falling water looks, Frankfurt Wright is an architect who was approached by a client who had gone to several designers and architects earlier, and everybody told the client, we don't know what to do with your plot because your plot has got what? Falling waters. And architect said, I will use falling waters, I will use the depth of the falling waters as a design feature and build you a house above it. This is now considered almost a national designed monument in America. Okay? If you ever go to US, don't miss it. I think nature inspired Wright to do a living like that. Otherwise, he would not be able to do it. Okay? These are, of course, scenario that you understand from the hawk taking a flight and so on. I don't have to tell you more about this. This is done by an architect in Spain, who is actually representing a flight of a bird. Okay. Boom. Design change. I told you to seduce the buyer. If you don't like this, oh, no problem, take this. You have to pay. As long as you pay, doesn't matter. Stylish statement of prosperity. So everybody wants to make a statement through a design product, sometimes the car. Okay? So you will see wallet, you will see Montblanc pen, you see glasses, you see rings, watch, yeah, and the car, the parked car. So can you imagine the impact of the designer on the people's mind who are waiting for a designer to design a car for them? I will not name one particular designer because it would be unfair to other designers. But let me tell you that as a power you have as designer, you can actually change the way people think in society. Alright? So do not consider yourself to be ordinary. Do not underestimate yourself when it comes to your power to design. Right? You help people decide what they want in life. Well, this is basically a theory because I thought there are students learning here the course of design. And it is the quality, functionality and impact that you make. And it is the impact that you make on the minds of people that changes the perception in design. So design is nothing but creating impact. Simple, finding a solution. Designers love solving problems because they can think of a solution which otherwise nobody is able to do that in a very simple way. Designers have a very simple philosophy, and there was one architect called Buckminster Fuller who told a very profound statement. He said that whenever I am thinking of a problem and how to solve it, I only think about the problem. But after I have found the solution to the problem, if it is not beautiful, it's wrong. So first thing is finding solution to a problem, and after having found the solution to the problem, if it is not beautiful, it's wrong. So do find another solution until it looks beautiful and is acceptable. And that's what designers do. Right? So I would not go into the details of this. I will leave this PowerPoint to Harish. I think I'll give it to Sir. And those of you who would like to have access to it can give it to. Please distribute this PowerPoint to anybody who wants to learn. Knowledge has to be distributed. And any knowledge on design has to be distributed more. So if people at least become design sensitive, not anything else. Ahmedabad, the first heritage city, is mecca of design, I guess. People have better understanding of design. So I'm very happy to be here. So, okay, this is a little more to it, where I think aesthetic, I'm just talking about aesthetic appeal, I'm talking about social impact, and how access to it can change. You know, some people consider it as a matter of pride and status that they have a designer who has designed furniture for them. I have a Twinkle Khanna designed interior done for me. Okay? My house was designed by Hrithik Roshan's wife. She's a designer. So some people use designers' fame attached to their fame. If you go to a five-star hotel, there are these designers who actually specialize in designing rooms for celebrity guests. Michael Jackson stayed in my room. And therefore, the room has to be designed for him when he was alive. Okay? So, where did Obama stay when he came to India? So, all hotels are fighting with each other. Let's design a room for Obama, where his security guards, where his people will come and inspect the room and decide where will Obama stay. So, all designers get cracking and they want to present the best room done by the best designers. And if a particular five-star hotel wins the bid of having Obama stay there, he makes money, of course, from the US government at the ability of the designer. So designer is actually helping their client make money. Alright? And therefore, you have to understand that you are not only changing the mindset, you are also changing the earning capacity of your client. Alright? So please try to understand this. So let's do a case study. Okay? Now you know that all these cars broke new ground, they challenge traditions. Do you know what this is? Have you ever seen this? Well, okay, this is a museum done by architect Frank Gehry in a town in Spain. Have you heard of it? This museum brought economy to the city, which was a dying industrial city. Okay? The most famous museum. Find out which is this museum. Because one design museum by one world famous architect can change the economy of the city, like the one which we understood for the Sydney Opera House. Can you remember this museum? He basically used tectonic material so that it remains permanent for the next 100 years. Think about it. The way we use our iPhones, the way we use it for charging changed. The success story, and more people started being dependent on an iPhone for all the other activities. Now your phone is a camera. You don't buy cameras anymore, right? Do you buy cameras?
Yes.
Do you buy cameras other than mobile phone? Because your cameras now are designed today, or your mobiles are now designed today to take care of the absence of camera. So if you have a choice in your bag, if you are going on travel, would you keep a camera of a certain size, or would you keep a mobile which does the same function of a camera? You are given a choice by the designer. Okay? So I think the more over dependency on iPads and iPhones or anything that is multiple talented doing multiple functions because it has been designed by the designer, help people take the call, help people decide. And that is what exactly all these products, okay, help do it. So your progress in design will change. So this is a bulletproof car. So you added safety and security to your already beautifully designed car. So these are some of the success stories. I think we all know this. You want me to talk about the iPod? Now iPod is now coming in as a major function. Then it was a big thing, but now everything of it has been incorporated in an iPhone. Why I use this, you know why iPhones are the maximum set products? Because it looks good? No, because it is designed so well that it makes more money happen. Nobody is stupid to keep on buying products. That's why they charge a little more. You understand? Their competitors charge less. You should find out why. Every time they ask you, you say the extra that they're charging, they're paying their designers. People will be happy. Because you have to pay for design. You have to pay for design utilities. As long as the designers keep on getting advantage of their position, style, and helping the clients make more money, they stay in the market. They stay successful. And that is the success. So I can show you many products that have been non-designed and are not successful. Right? So what is it I'm trying to say? Any product that is designed is bound to be successful. Alright, that is what I'm trying to get at. Right? So designer services cannot be said to be not required. You can't do anything. That's why we have different kinds of design products in the market. Alright, I think, and it is changing day by day. Now you have CPU gone and things coming up to this. I think there are more changes to this. This guy. So I heard Rajesh Kutty is doing a presentation somewhere else. He is interior designer for Bentley. Right? So Bentley is today doing this, where he has designed it only for target customers. You know what this means? It means that I will design only for people who pay me. I'm not going to design for everybody. Right? So if you are a good designer, you can design only for 10 people. So okay. If you want things designed for the 11th, you're out. You will have to pay me separately. That's what it means. So designers, when they become valuable as a designer of cars, you can actually be custom design. You know, out of all the cars available in the world, who designs the bulletproof car for the President of the United States, the most powerful man in the world? Which company designs the car for the President of the United States of America? You know? BMW? Suzuki? Does anybody know? Mercedes, German. When it comes to the most powerful man in the world, he gets his car custom designed only by Mercedes and no other company. You may be BMW, who cares? The point is, designers have now come to a situation where you become so powerful that your client does not accept or take anything unless it is designed by you for him. Alright? And that is the power of design. Okay. You will not go out unless I design a car. Okay? So I am basically trying to say, where if you are designing, and this is what is called interiors of car. Okay? It is changing the brand. How do you make the life of your customer comfortable, but also of the person who is with your customer, meaning his. So you are actually trying to make a difference. Alright, I just wanted you to see how the design changed over a period of time, okay? And how impact of design has been changing. Have you heard of vintage cars? Vintage cars designed then are also very valuable. I just came to know that M.F. Hussain just sold his vintage car in North for 32 lakhs. Very ordinary design car before independence. So, do you know what is this? If you've been watching James Bond movies, you will know this car. Have you seen this? You can actually, don't stop the child from crying. It's okay. What you should understand is, you don't have to occupy the car. you can actually make the car ride without you. So this is remote for the car without being in it. Okay? So if you're waiting for your parked car in a parking lot, you don't have to go to the car. You just have to bring it to you. Okay? And this is what is now designed for custom cars, where you don't have to go to the parking lot. You just have to keep yourself outside the parking lot with your remote, bring the car, and then you can always occupy. Have you heard of valet parking? Okay, so this is what it is. You have the valet in your pocket. You decide where to park your car. Well, this is the museum I was talking about. So if you do not know well-designed buildings at a town called Bilbao, you have no respect for designers. As a design student, you should know what is happening in the design world. You can't be ignorant and stupid. Okay? You have to know what's going on in the world. Okay? So this is the architect. He is the designer. He not only designs buildings, he designs glass, he designs cutlery, he designs furniture, he designs the hardware. Frank Gehry is today the highest paid architect. Okay. Now he is retired, I am told, but his understanding of getting new idea of design was to bring Bilbao, an industrial city that was losing its economy, to. So now the economy has revived, people in Bilbao have gained employment, and it has become a tourism destination. So he calls it as a tourist trap. You are trapping the tourist using design. I think it's very nice to hear. The power of designer is trap tourists and bring them to it, because tourism has multiple effects. You know, Agra's economy is only because of Taj Mahal. Otherwise, there is nothing in Agra. Right? Tourism has multiple effects. With tourism come hotels, with tourism come supporting industries for running the tourism. Travel, transport, and tourism. So, trying to create something so that anything that you design becomes a capital of attracting people, so that people can sustain themselves, people can thrive. Okay? Some of the more images of the same building. You should see them so that you are inspired to go there. You should not feel left out. And that's the whole idea he tried to do it. He not only created a design marvel, he created a situation where people felt that if they did not go to it, they would feel left out. You should also create a feeling amongst people that if you do not occupy, if you do not use, if you do not see a designed product, you should be made to feel like that you have been left out of the experience. Too much, but it's good. Huh? Good for the designer. Alright, I think I'll go quickly now, because these are some of the things Frank Gehry designs, besides building. So don't be under the impression that architects do only buildings. Buildings is one of the things they design. Okay? So architecture is not only design of buildings. Architecture is doing more than that. There are many designers who help architects design better. Right? So you can also become very valuable for valuable designers. Okay, conclusion. I think this is a very famous story about coffee. You know about it? Well, this is a nice story. You know, a lot of people like you, after graduating from school, went to their teacher, and everybody wanted their teacher to know their success story. That now I have done this, now I have done that, now I am doing the best thing in the world. Okay? And then he had no place. Or he never thought that so many students would come at one time, so he invites them for coffee. And he said, there are some cups left at the kitchen, just go and help yourself, pick up any one cup. and try to have a coffee. But when they have picked up their cups and when they come back to him, he tells them that you see, nobody picked up a cup that was not well designed. Nobody picked up a cup that was rotten compared to other cups. Nobody picked up a cup whose handle was broken. Nobody picked up a cup. So you chose a cup. Whereas I had invited you to have coffee. So you forgot the coffee because you were more interested in the cup. And this is what the story is all about. You should actually Google it. Good Coffee by Professor. So if you notice, all the nice looking expensive cups were taken, well designed cups were taken, leaving behind the plain and cheap ones. So this is the problem of our soldiers. So as a designer, if you are not succeeding, don't worry. Your client is yet to come to you. He is looking out for you. You just try to look for your patrons who understand the value of your design. Otherwise, you will feel that your friend is going ahead of you and you are being left behind. Don't worry. His patrons are different, your patrons are different. It's just a matter of coming together. Right? That's why designers travel all over the world. Okay, so I just thought that I will put this story, and of course, the happiest people don't have the best of everything. They just make the best of everything. And that's what designers do. They make people happy. I think that's a great contribution, if not anything else. This should not sound like a sermon, but living simply is very difficult. So you should try to do that. Huh? Well, this is it. Have you seen this sketch before? Observe this sketch because it requires the concentration of an artist, concentration of a designer. And you are there. Can you see the designer there? I have marked the designer. The white thing is the designer. You are here. But what is important is you are taking society's positives. You are taking society's negatives. You are designing a product amongst your arena. So you should take producer's positives. Producer is your client. You should take society's positives. Put it in your design product. Not let the negatives come to your zone. You will never be unsuccessful. Alright? So imagine yourself to be there as a soul, and this is what you need to do. Just by keeping the negatives out of your mind, you will be able to achieve. Now, what is happening today that in a garb of becoming successful, a lot of the design qualities reducing in terms of its appearance, in terms of its product. So as long as you have got good quality design product, you don't have to worry. But do not try to increase the quantity which is badly designed. So you would rather spend more time on quality rather than quantity. So don't have lot of quantity of Mercedes cars because it will decrease its value. Do not have lot of quantity of well-designed products because it will decrease its quality. Okay? So I'm sure it is a question of supply and demand. If you increase the supply, the demand reduces. If you reduce the supply, demand designer should know this. Okay, now I will design something else. Otherwise, if I keep on designing one product, the demand will reduce. That's why car designers keep on designing new cars, right? And that is the real essence. All right. Thank you very much for being with me.